Hi, this is Cheryl, Sea Spirit Tarot. I am an old crone returning to the tarot. When I did tarot 20 years ago, there was no internet. Drive 75 miles, get a book, get a deck. And then I was pretty locked away in my own prison. Tarot was never away, but I wasn't daily with it. So, my life changed. Thanks to the South Node, I think, or thanks to karma, thanks to me. And I decided to get back in tarot. And I can't remember, when I go look for a significant spread, I'm going to go through my journals and see what it was that I actually started tarot. But before I got rid of my job, and I'm retired now, so... And I have light issues in this house. There's just so much light coming down all the time. So I thought, well, you know, I have my old Rider-Waite deck. And I had a dragon deck that was kind of Rider-Waite. And then a couple other decks I'd bought when I'd moved back to Galveston here. But I'd gotten them out off and on, but I hadn't, like, really worked with them. The energy wasn't right. Mostly when you're working 14, 16 hours, 12, 14, 16 hours a day as an RN, there's just no, there's not even, you're spiritually bound together with a Band-Aid, man, anyway. So anyway, I thought, well, that's cool. I should get some decks. So I was not aware there's a whole tarot community. So I started looking at some walkthroughs and such, and I bought some new decks because I thought I should need some new decks. At that time, I didn't realize that there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of decks available, and everyone has like 50, 100 decks. It just blew me away. So anyway, the first deck I bought that I ordered, I went to sleep one night and I said, you know, I'd been looking for a tarot deck. I said, I just wish they had something like Tim Burton. And when I woke up that morning, I watched a walkthrough of the Dark Mansion. And this deck, I'm in Galveston, Texas. I ordered this out of Poland. Where is it? It's good, thick cardstock. It's kind of dark. I love the people. And not being diehard Rider-Waite, look at this beautiful queen. I'm sure everybody's seen this deck because, you know, everybody does walkthrough and everybody has so many decks. So I want my videos not too long. But I think this is just an awesome deck. Here I am, the Queen of Cups, dreaming away my life. Trying to figure out which parts of me to keep or which parts for no one to see, or sneaking them all away. The Hierophant with the big bucket on his head. The Wheel of Fortune, that's a carnival, 4 elements. The nostalgic 6 of Cups. I really prefer the decks kind of with no pictures, but these have such pretty pictures. And it's basically Rider-Waite. They made some changes. High Priestess. Strength. I like this guy because he looks like a vampire. And I don't know how many of these I need to go through unless I see something totally outstanding. The Queen of Pentacles. I could put this up for a spell of me. So anyway, I bought that deck because I didn't, you know, going online, I just had all these decks, and I had that dream, and they appeared. So that was pretty cool. And then I'd seen something of the Marielle. And what I did with this Marielle deck was I ordered it, but I put it away. Because I was trying to get back into, I mean, I've been out of it, out of the I used to take numerology courses, palmistry courses. I mean, I was like all the time, and we had groups, and we met weekly, and it was all in my head, And then down here, it's just not happened. And before that, I was working on the Indian reservation. And I really get into the spirituality of that too. But anyway, Marielle, I just put up. And then not too long ago, I got it out and read the book. And I enjoy reading her book because it has some mythological history. And I've learned stuff. It's got horses. The colors are beautiful. But these cards speak more to me than actually with the book. I really don't use this deck too awfully much. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Almost art when I want an effect. I'm doing that Instagram thing where everybody turns the tarot into art and post it. Temperance. Beautiful color with the water. Buddha. Lion of Energy, Five of Wands, you got it. We got this. And having spent 35 years out in the West, mostly working with the Native Americans, my favorite goddess is Epona, but here is, it's probably a knight. Ten of Wands, Silver Horses. I love the colors. And when I use this deck, I find that I usually combine it with a deck that, when I joined the tarot community, a lovely woman in Washington, I said a deck I would like to have, and she texted me and said she had an extra one. So usually when I use the Marielle, I combine it with the Deviant Moon, which I received as a gift this year. And I love this deck. I don't know, it's because I was raised in the city, and then I went and lived in the primitive. I was a psych nurse, locked down, prisons, third world, Indian reservations, Hopis, Navajos, Crows, Cinnabone. But I just love this deck. So this is the Sword of Truth. These were my acquisitions as a gift. I use this deck a lot. And it seems to look really cool next to the Marielle. The striking colors and the contrasting of art. Okay, that's two. And this is a Deviant Moon box. And it's not a new deck to those connoisseurs of 500 decks. And then because I wanted a more hermetic deck, I don't know what I was thinking, because I'd already bought and not used a Dean Fortune deck. And I had a Thoth deck I'd bought and not used. But I bought the Sevenfold Mystery. Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery by Robert M. Place. I've liked this deck in that he has changed some of the pictures. I mean, it's still Rider-Waite. Psyche. I don't go crazy over Rider-Waite so much. Hermes. Uses people like Sophia, a different take on the coins. And I bought it to study Hermetics. But then I realized I already had two Hermetic decks, basically. Or, well, Golden Dawn, but I've been reading Dean Fortune for years, and I was aware of the thought that I've read Emerald Tablets 20 years or so. But this deck shows well on camera. Prudence. So that's just my question of yesterday. Prudence was all 7 virtues. Faith, hope, and charity were different. Sophia and Prudence. I gotta do a little work on that one. That's the World. The Phoenix. Cupid. My video's already almost 10 minutes. Actually, I've used this deck. Actually, this deck was in a box on the shelf, but because it qualified of being be coming to me in 2019. This Marielle, I don't know what to do with it. I use it and I don't use it. I don't know. Probably my most favorite deck I bought, except for the Deviant Moon, is I was watching, oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. He's so awesome. Vincent Pissotti, and he works with the Marseille. And this is the J.J. Swiss Marseille. And he said, you learn to read the Marseille, you can read any deck. Now, in the past, I have numerology books, I've taken numerology classes, I've looked at childhood numerology, there's so many different kinds of numerology. But going by his simple way to do a quick reading, to get results, this Tarot de Marseille is absolutely awesome. I seem kind of lost here because I thought I had exactly 5 decks. I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So returning, I have acquired 5 decks this year. 1 is a gift. 1 because I really don't see myself getting 300 decks. I can't even use and learn what all I have. And I like to get deep into them, not look at them for 1 or 2 days or a week and then move on to the next one. I'm an old hippie. You know, how many decks do you need? I really have more decks than I need right now because neither the Marielle nor the Sevenfold Path am I working with much. And I did work with this deck quite a bit in the fall. But I was thinking about packing it up for a bit. But again, I just love those weird little people on them. But I really like to come more from a spiritual point, enlightening, ascension. But if I want to read, just read. Read to a person, fortune telling. This is the deck. This is the deck right here. So that was day, I'm trying to catch up. And I don't want them too long, 12 minutes. That was the top 5 Oracle decks that I received in 2019. That is the only 5 Oracle decks that I received in 2019. So, loving being a part of this community, loving meeting everybody, loving to see everybody's taste, everybody's personalities. If you sat through this, much love, thank you very much. It's all about love. And I'll move on to the next one. Whoa, I'm in a tight space. Many blessings. God, love is the answer.